Look into my eyes. Deeper. You will fall into a deep, deep sleep.
What are you doing?
Trying to hypnotize Grant.
Why?
We're working on hypnosis myths.
Hypnosis has long sparked a spiral of myths about its so-called powers. Myths that are about to get the Mythbusters treatment, starting with an all-time classic.
An evil hypnotist can plant a post-hypnotic suggestion that forces you to do something against your will.
Ah, you mean like in the movies when there's like a sleeper agent and they give him a code word, he wakes him up and he kills people?
Exactly. Except we probably won't kill people.
Happened.
All right, so which one of us is going to get hypnotized?
Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Apparently, not everyone can be hypnotized. So I think, first of all, we need to go find a hypnotist, find out which one of us is susceptible. And whoever that is, that's the person that gets the post-hypnotic suggestion.
Great. Let's go find a hypnotist.
To put this myth to the test, the starting point is to see if any of them can actually be hypnotized in the first place.
Here we have a hypnotherapist and a neurotherapist. They're going to figure out which one of us can be hypnotized. For this test, we need post-hypnotic suggestion. And if none of us can be hypnotized, we're stuck.
And first up is Tori. The plan is that Carrie and Grant will monitor his progress with the help of neurotherapist Cynthia and her EEG machine.
So it's this, like if I get a wrong answer, then you shock me?
While clinical hypnotist Seth will try to put him under her spell.
Just keep on focusing on my hand, noticing that your eyes start to feel heavy. Allow that feeling of heaviness to get more and more heavy.
Do you know what percentage of people are able to be hypnotized?
Easily 85%.
85?
To some degree.
Despite the odds, they're not off to a good start, because even after 10 minutes, Tori's brain activity has only dropped by 5%.
I would want to see it get to about half of what it was. So if he was about 9.5, I'd like to see it at about maybe 4.
Tori's inability to relax means he's out of the race. So next up is Carrie, and the boys have high hopes for her.
I actually think that she's a reasonable candidate to be hypnotized.
Why?
I don't know, it's kind of a gut feeling.
Could you tell her to do things and she does them?
No, that's definitely not the reason why.
But their hopes are ill-founded because Carrie won't go under either.
I think I would start to get relaxed enough that I was almost in a sleep-like state, but then I'd be like, oh, I'm trying to be in a sleep-like state. I'm trying so hard. So it's almost like I couldn't let myself completely relax.
So with the score standing at 0-2, it all boils down to Grant. But will Mr. Science submit to Seth?
Deeply, deeply down. More and more relaxed.
Despite Grant's initial discomfort, after 5 minutes, things are looking good.
Like a rag doll, deeper down.
The EEG machine shows Grant's brain activity has already dropped from a level 9 to a 4.
I think he's in a deep state. I think he's more hypnotizable. There you go. Look at that.
And what that means is he's just the kind of highly suggestible subject they're looking for.
Grant would make a good subject for a post-hypnotic suggestion. He's a very susceptible person.
You're the winner.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, you know what that means. Now we're going to see if we can hypnotize you and see if we can get you to do something that you wouldn't normally do.
She's not going to embarrass me or anything.
Don't worry, it won't be too humiliating.
I'm a little apprehensive as to what the other two might have come up with in their little minds.
And apprehensive he should be.
I like that.
The plan is when Tori says the words quantum physics, Grant will suddenly decide to draw love hearts on his beloved robot, Deadblow, something he would never normally do. And when Carrie yawns, he'll jump up and down, something he might normally do. It's back into the chair for Lab Rat Grant, and it's only a few minutes before the souped-up EEG machine shows that Grant's brain activity has dropped by 50%.
It's kind of creepy. He looks like a zombie.
With Grant well and truly under, Seth plants the seeds of post-hypnotic suggestion, starting with one he would never normally do.
When you hear the words quantum physics on your robot, you're going to draw a beautiful, feminine heart.
Oh my God. She just gave him the command, and he agreed to it without cracking to smile.
He can't. I know he's not that good an actor.
So far, so good. Now for the much easier second suggestion.
Whenever you see Carrie yawn, you are going to have this uncontrollable urge to jump up and down.
He looks like he's putty in her hands.
I'd like you now to get ready to come back.
So the seeds have been sown. They'll have to wait until tomorrow to see if they've taken root. Neither Carrie nor Tori have spoken to Grant about yesterday's hypnosis session. As far as he's concerned, he's designing a Diet Coke and Mentos rig. So, bring on the trigger words.
You know what I can do is make something that will just push them all in really quick.
That just seems like a lot of extra work.
I think you're getting too complicated.
I mean, it's not like this is quantum physics.
That was the trigger.
Okay.
But the robot remains graffiti-free. Maybe the more subtle suggestion will stand a better chance.
I have some
Carry-ons once and twice, but nothing. The triggers are enough to give him the giggles, but not enough to put him under their power. So, what went wrong?
I had a clear idea of what they wanted me to do. And all through, I was trying to say, okay, well, maybe, hopefully I'll forget, and then it'll be subliminal, but just kept coming back, you know.
So it didn't work on Grant, but is it a little too soon to call this one game over for the myth?
I think the real problem is you always knew you were going to get a suggestion while you were under. You didn't know what it was, but you always knew.
All right. Well, maybe what we do is we find somebody from the crew who believes in hypnosis and wants to change. While they're under, we secretly put a post-hypnotic suggestion in there.
I have the perfect candidate. Alice, who's one of our producers, wants to stop chewing the tops of her pens. And she is a big believer in alternative healing techniques, like hypnosis. So I say we bring her in, give her hypnosis for chewing the tops of the pens, but while she's under, we give her our own suggestion.
Producer Alice has been working with Jamie and Adam on another story and has no idea what this team is up to. She thinks she's here to be hypnotized to kick her disgusting pen chewing habit.
Just allow your eyes to close and allow yourself to double the relaxation.
But what she doesn't know is that while she's under, something devious is going on.
So we're going to give her post-hypnotic suggestions the same way that we gave you. We're going to give her one that is something that she could easily do, like grabbing her ear. And then the second one we're going to do is completely against her moral fiber, something she would not do.
And that is?
Slapping me in the face.
With the session in full swing, it's time to plant the first suggestion.
When you hear the word Adam, would it be okay with you if you were to scratch your ear?
I don't like the idea of this. This is trickery.
She's on.
Despite an encouraging start, it doesn't look like producer Alice is going to take the bait.
I did not agree to this before.
Looks like this myth is sinking faster than a lead balloon.
She knows we're trying to sneak in some post-hypnotic suggestions, and it's not working.
We didn't even get to the fun part. I wanted to see what she would do if we told her to do something totally crazy, like slap me.
Instead, it's a slap in the face for post-hypnotic suggestion. It works fine in the movies.
I must kill the queen.
But in the real world, well, even hypnotists say it can't be done.
Hypnosis can't control you. You have to want to accept the suggestion. But if you don't want to do it, it's not going to happen.
I'm so sad. I really wanted this one to work.
You wanted to get slapped in the face?
Well, we did get a good result. I mean, as soon as the hypnotist tried to make Alice do something against her will, she came right out of the hypnosis.
So it is just like they say, you never really go totally unconscious.
And most hypnotherapists and hypnotists agree that you can't make anyone do anything that's against their moral fiber.
So this one's busted?
Busted.
It's too bad, because I kind of wanted to take over the world.